Monday, the 3rd of February, 2014. I was getting ready to go to school while my mom, dad, and sister were getting ready to leave for North Carolina. I had been told the day before that they'd be leaving for a few days. That Thursday was going to be my last Benjamin Olympics. The Olympics are a huge deal to any kid that goes to the Benjamin School, a K-12 private school. It is especially a big deal to 5th graders. Each class is assigned a country, and you get to compete in events. My family is most likely going to miss it. They told me they were going to be home at the latest on Saturday. They were all finally home 5 months later. It is my belief that one cannot grow as a person without being put into hard situations, even as a little kid. My hard situation? Having my sister undergo treatment for an eating disorder at a facility far away from my home. When I came out of those 5 months and when my family was finally home, I felt I had grown so much as a person. I had a better understanding of what being strong for someone means. I felt I had grown up too fast, but I later realized that after going through this, I had acquired a skill that even some adults don't have, one that I'm very glad that I do have. It is very important that people learn how to balance helping others and helping themselves during times of adversity. The faster you learn how to do this, the easier it will be when and if you go through a hard time. To start this process, realize that no one has an easy life. Everyone has gone, is going, or is going to go through hard times. You should know that when and if the time comes, you have the ability to put your feelings, fears, and ultimately your true happiness aside for someone. When all of this started, I was 10 years old. I remember feeling alone most of the time. I'd walk into school and not be able to talk to my friends about anything, and then I would come home not have anyone to talk to about what I was feeling with. I wasn't allowed to talk about it with my friends because it was a family problem. It was a really scary feeling for a 10-year-old to feel alone. People always tell you, you're never alone. When you're going through adversity, you have many people surrounding you, but you feel very alone regardless. I didn't know anything when my sister first went away. As time went on, I got to hear more about everything. Waiting to be able to see my mom and my sister was awful. It was like someone dangling a bone in front of a dog, but just out of its reach. My dad traveled back and forth between North Carolina and Florida. The first time I went to see my sister, my dad and I drove all the way up there to see her. It was fun because I got to spend time with my dad, something that was rare now. I first saw my sister after almost a month of her being away. When I went to see her, the people working at the treatment center and my parents kept telling me to be strong for her. That was very confusing for a 10-year-old. How was I supposed to be strong for someone else when I have no one to be strong for me? Walking into that treatment center was one of the scariest things I've ever done. All of the doors were locked just in case a patient tried to leave. There were a bunch of recovery posters on the wall that all the patients had made. It's like walking into a hospital. You're surrounded by sick people, most that you don't even know, and you can't do anything to help them. Seeing my sister next to people who were as sick and sicker made the whole thing real. I remember walking in there and wanting to walk right back out, but I knew the one small action of me staying in that room was helping my sister. Research says that most siblings of eating disorder patients take a backseat in the family. Most kids feel like they do not get any or the same amount of attention as their ill sibling. I'd be lying to you if I said I never felt like this, but without going through adversity, one cannot grow as a person. First-degree relatives, like sisters, mothers, and daughters, are 10 times more likely to develop anorexia, a kind of eating disorder, than any other relatives. Watching my sister go through this, I try to do everything I can to help prevent myself, my friends, and as many people as possible from developing this illness. This whole experience has helped me accept myself. I feel way more confident in myself by watching my sister come to terms with the idea that she's beautiful inside and out, and she doesn't have to go by a number on a scale. One of my favorite things to do now with my sister is take pictures of her. Whenever we go to Disney, I always take pictures of her. It's really fun because I'm like her personal photographer. I think the main reason why I like to take pictures of her is because it reminds me that she's here, she's okay, and that's all that matters. My friends helped me so much through this. I don't think I could have made it out of this experience better if I didn't have my friends. I couldn't really tell them anything, but I think that really worked in my favor. They kept me laughing at school, and for the few that knew what was going on, they knew how to make me feel just a little bit better. My family and I still go through hard times with my sister's illness. I'll come into school and pretend like nothing is wrong, and you could never know what could have happened that morning. Although my life will never be the same as it was before that February, I'm very glad that I went through this. I have grown as a strong and independent person, and I learned many things that kids my age have not yet learned. Remember that although your life may seem hard, there's always someone out there that is going through something that's hard for them too. Help others in any way you can. When and if you go through a time or times of adversity, stay strong for others, but search and find some strength for yourself, because it may not be handed to you from others. Thank you.